Oddworld, a very unique and remarkable game of its time, back in 1997 when it was released for PlayStation 1. Named after the game itself, the company who made it was called Oddworld Inhabitants. Although the Oddworld games have been long and forgotten, they would never lose their fascinating replay value. In the Oddworld games you would explore strange industrial areas, all sorts of wildlife, and other amazing settings that are unlike any other. The character Abe himself has the high role as the hero and leader of the game. He is what they would call a Mudakan. Mudakans are very alien-like creatures that are innocent beings, occupying the lands of Oddworld. Abe may be goofy, but he's a very good leader. As the hero, it's up to you to save your fellow Mudakan slaves from their tormented lives. Through your journey of the game, you will meet creatures like Elam. You'll also encounter creatures that are called scrabs, and paramites too. These interesting creatures are called sligs. These are the guards that give the Mudakans cruel and unusual punishment and make sure they stay on task. They have their fellow attack dog called slogs. These creatures are hungry for Mudakan meat, so run as fast as you can and get away from these hungry beasts. Gluckins, they are the big cheese and the big bad bosses of this whole evil operation. Shut their companies down before it's too late. Abe also uses a variety of special moves such as throwing, jumping, even chanting and possessing, and there's much more. You also gain special powers in your journey. The second game, Oddworld Abe's Exodus, proved to itself how amazing a video game sequel really could be. This time you meet Mudakans with different emotions, such as anger.
Hi. Follow me. No.
There is also wired Mudakans who get high off the laughing gas fumes. Of course, there are also depressed Mudakans. These guys have no hope whatsoever. Cheer 'em up. They are right on the edge of suicide.
Sorry.
Sick Mudakans exist as well. Find the spiritual antidote to cure them. Mainly in the mines, you will also find blind Mudakans. They need a lot of direction and assistance. The plot to the sequel is about a brand new beer called Soulstorm Brew. It is made by the bad guys once again. Not only that, its raw materials and ingredients are made from your fellow Mudakan's bones. These three Gluckins are the new villains. There is General Drippic, Director Feg, and Vice President Aslick.
Let's not argue over who gets what.
Hey! I got a career to consider!
The quest begins at the root of the problem, necro mines. This is where the Mudakan slaves are forced to dig up their ancestors' bones and load them on the carts. Destroy these mines. That's what the objective is. The second level is the land of Necrome. Long ago, Mudakan tribes brought their dead here. The bones and souls are what's left of these amazing tribes. This is also where you must find the cure for the sick Mudakans. Mundunchi Vaults, the first half of Necrome, which is occupied by Scrabs. The Scrabs are here to protect the bones and spirits of the dead. The first half of the cure is located in these vaults. Munimo Vaults, second half of Necrome occupied by Paramites. Like Scrabs, the Paramites guard the sacred bones in this region. The other half of the cure exists in this area as well. The FICO Depot is owned by the Transit Authority Vice President Aslick. This is where the trains transport materials from one industry to another. It's your ride to get from place to place as well. The Boneworks factory is owned by Director Feg. This industrial area specializes in crushing the sacred Mudakan bones into dust for the raw materials of the Soulstorm Brew. This is the second industry link you must shut down after Necro Mines. Slig Barracks is controlled by General Drippic. This camp is meant for the Sligs to learn their target practice, bombing, training, and sleeping. Though this area has nothing to do with Soulstorm Brewery, it is where the enemies live, and they slow you down, so it would be important to shut down this area as well. Finally, there's Soulstorm Brewery. This is the last and worst link to encounter. It is the center of all destruction and chaos where the brew is manufactured. Like the other industries, it is the most important to make, self-destruct, and terminate. Once it is finished, there will be an end to all of this. Both Oddworld games are very original, different, suspenseful, richly detailed, and very time-consuming. They are definitely worth the time spent playing them. Once again, thank Oddworld inhabitants for the masterpiece that they have created. I throw my hat up to them.